Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our weekly Ascension Angel Messages for the week of December 2nd through the 8th, 2024. So, as we begin, I'd like to thank everyone who's returning to this weekly series and to also um, thank anyone who might be joining us for the very first time and for checking in with our channel. So let's take a moment and to just take a deep breath and really be aware of the presence of your angels. And it feels like the presence of your angel is standing behind you and enfolding you in its wings, raising its arms high and its wings high to enfold you. And just breathe in this cocoon of wings of light. And take a moment to focus on a particular goal that you might have at this time. And this could be any type of goal or prayer that you wish to manifest. You might just need help letting go of criticism. Self-criticism. And to just stay focused in joy. Your angel is asking you to focus in joy this week and the experience of love and peace that follows it. You just may want to even focus in particular for this in your home or your house. For some of you, they're saying that you allow logic to get in your way, and that it inhibits you from experiencing joy or won't allow you to have peace and to feel safe. If your logic is creating a problem in response to an issue that you're having, then you need to completely release that logic and then surrender to your heart. Let your heart, they keep writing music and then they wrote sound. And so I have this feeling that they just want you to listen. Listen to the sounds around you. Listen to the voices of others. Listen to the music within the issue. If if that makes any sense. Whatever's going on around you, think of it as music, meaning that it's been composed for a reason, and that you need to listen to the sound of what you're hearing. There might be various sound bites around you, but they're all happening seemingly in a chaotic form, but divinely, they are orchestrated for you to witness. And in doing so, you might hear through the chaos and the problems what the solutions are, what solutions are needed to bring peace, to bring unity, and to restore joy to all. So you might not like the music that the issues are presenting, but if, like any music, if you could just sit with it long enough to come from its perspective, to understand why was it written, what a story is being told, what complaint needs to be heard, and what advice do you have to offer or take? And this month we're working with Archangel Jophiel, and information is all around us, and all of it is information before we judge it and put it in categories like our ego loves to do. And the angels are writing the word faith. They want you to have faith in the music around you, the music that you like and you don't understand. They want you to have faith that it's there for a reason, and that there are feelings, psychological implications being expressed. And you might not like the sound of this music, but you might understand the need, or you might understand the psychological meaning and understand and emotions behind that expression. And so together you might learn something. You may not move together. Doesn't mean that you have to go home and play that music. But let that music show you something that might unlock a door within you and give you a certain direction to move in. It's happening to you for a reason. It's there on the path for a reason. That's just what it boils down to. So really ground yourself this week. Really root yourself and be open to the collective consciousness, the opportunities for healing on a collective conscious level. There's a lot of confusion and a lot of issues, but all of that can lead to freedom if we are if you work together, if you focus on your own healing. And they reiterate forgiveness. At the time that this video launches, the monthly general reading should have already been posted before the first. So if you haven't seen it or haven't checked it out, make sure that you do that. It might even come out before the Thanksgiving holiday with the weekly video, because I'll be visiting some friends and not sure which day I'm coming back yet. So, but just be aware of that. That's a very important reading. And it's about, forgiveness. But it's about the forgiveness that allows us to heal and to release others from, blame, in the sense that it's showing or revealing to us if a situation or a person really gets underneath your skin. And it depends on between a scale of 1 to 10 how painful it is, indicates what you're actually holding on to. It doesn't directly relate, but it just indicates in somewhere in your life where you haven't forgiven yourself, released yourself from something. And it tells you how intensely it has an impact on you. And anything that's at a 10 is probably creating some kind of physical ailment in your body or psychologically in your life. But everything that's coming up is allowing us all to heal. This is a time for us to clear out the old and get ready for the new. The angels are helping you, embracing you in their wings to help you move forward. And you can also work with Jesus because he mastered this and demonstrated the sacrifice that it feels to our ego to forgive everyone who has ever done what we think is wrong against us. But like the video I was watching the other day or last night with Dolores Cannon, she was talking about how we're like all actors. And they're good actors and bad actors. But they're all needed to be there in order for us to fulfill our goals, whether they are lessons, karma, whatever it is, and there's a lot of things in this lifetime that the souls that are here came to work out for themselves, but also for the collective, because the souls that came in this time were highly advanced, and we could do this work, this light work, so that we could elevate in frequency and sustain it and move into the higher dimensions of the new golden age. All right, let's take a look at the archangel that we're working with this week. And this is Archangel Mary. Now, Archangel Mary is the archangel who overlit Mother Mary in her incarnation as the mother of Jesus. So she's not Mother Mary, but she is the archangel who overlights the Mother Mary. And so this card is most perfect to help us with this modeling of release that she just wrote in front of me. As the card says, open your heart with compassion and enfold others in love. That's exactly what the angel was doing. And so call upon Archangel Mary right now. And it's probably her that particular time. And her wings are now unfolding and expanding. The feeling that you should feel is one of total safety and belonging. And as you breathe in deeply, she expands her wings to an enormous height to overlight your entire soul, your entire personality, all of it. Your higher self's wisdom is expanding and lighting up the sage wisdom that is held deep within the purity of your spiritual core. Right now, she's asking you, without thinking, to simply encompass your entire personality and all of your actions over this lifetime and any others that are unresolved for you and by you. Anything that you seemingly could not let go of or forgive within yourself. Others have nothing to do with you. What they did to you was really about you holding on to something that you could not forgive yourself for. And therefore you attracted lessons that would give you the opportunity to work through that, through all of them, so that you could be free. And some of you, she says, has been when you don't forgive yourself, you send out an SOS for help. These SOSs go to your angels, but they also go out to other souls who are in a similar desperate situation. The difference is when your angels come, they bring you the healing enlightenment that you need. But when other souls come, they come with their wounds and pain. And although they are answering the call that they feel such a deep relationship and connection with, but as they are infallible in their personalities, just as you are, you might end up clashing and causing each other more pain due to lack of inner awareness and enough self reflection to manage your own, and instead react to the triggers that have gone unmanaged. And so it is with every encounter. It was never intentional, but it was just that each of you haphazardly and clumsily fumbled into each other's lives without the clarity, the wisdom, and the understanding or the compassion in that moment. It likely happened in reflection and resulted in regrets and maybe shame. And then there's the need to shut it down, to suppress it, to do whatever to get over, to cope. And it can turn into an array of things and conflicts and etc. Allow her now, with this understanding, to clearly withdraw from you the pain, the debris of pain that is concealing the purity of your own soul's inner light and guidance, intuition, and wisdom. She is not removing the work or the purpose that still needs to be fulfilled, but she is removing the debris that would make it more burdensome or difficult for you to be in the light, to stand in your light as you do so. Give her permission to merge her soft blue light of compassion into every cell of your body, into your emotional body, mental, and etheric bodies, to soften the debris so that it lifts away, where she can absorb it and transmute it into love and messages of peace that surpasses all understanding. All right, let's take a look at the cards for this week, and they were laid from right to left. So that also means, again, that we're focusing inwardly and we're looking at everything that's happening outside of us, not as a judgment, not as a criticism, but as a way to heal on a personal level. And so that means for us to not take anything personally. And there are seraphim who are overlighting you now. And they are radiating a sapphire light. As I see the word sapphire, feel the sapphire light overlight you and absorb it into your throat chakra. You might even feel the heat just drying out. Some of the saturated emotions that have been stagnating there and creating a sense of impossibility, doubt. If you feel as though something is forbidden, I saw the word forbid, let that go. And let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. Interesting. So, what do you feel is chaining you? What is holding you back? What is it that you've given power to over your own inner light? And it makes you feel as though you are powerless or forbidden to enjoy something, some kind of pleasure. There's some guilt or something or shame that you're holding about something, or you're afraid of overindulging in something. And so you've maybe completely taken that away from yourself. And what you've done is gone from one extreme to the other. Somehow you see this, they write, as almost a venom, a poison. If this is something that you cannot absorb or be around, have you found something? Have you forgiven yourself? Because you might think that this is a problem that you created yourself, meaning you, and I'm talking about from a human level. Like, it may be something that is just out of your control on a physical or chemical level, a physically chemical level. But have you gone to the extreme of allowing yourself to have other pleasures that are healthy for you? And it's about finding what that is. And not just that one thing, but to find it in several areas so you don't have to overindulge in one thing that you find that's good for you. Excuse me. First time I coughed in a while. And maybe this is possibly about, again, that clearing the throat chakra, living your truth, about joy, and about breathing the air of joy more often instead of depravity. Don't liberate yourself and but only end up just continuing to imprison yourself in other ways, basically. Card is interesting card. I mean, it looks gory, but because of its neutral tones, there's an ornateness about it as well. And so it's all about how you look at it. It's about perspective. Looking at the page of swords there. And here we are on this energy of truth again. You know, the swords is all about getting to the heart of the matter, getting to the truth. All right, getting to the truth, not blurring lines, but it's trying to stay as clear and as true and as pure to your intention as possible. So it might indicate that the page is coming in and saying, find that centering point for you. What centers you in life? What gives you joy? What centers you and removes you from all of that other stuff that weighs you down? And that he's standing here, like sort of on a chimney, and he's high above it all, and he's at the level of all the rooftops where the sky is limitless, right? It's not dissected by the alleys, in the streets that the tall buildings might interrupt or disrupt. So you might need to really remove yourself from a lot of distractions, or have done so, but have isolated yourself. And that maybe has worked for you in order to help you to get clear about and be able to allow you to be able to think about what you want to do and what's healthy for you, what's best for you. However, you can't stay there forever. You must return to the world, but with a sense of what your true purpose is and who you really are. And we have to embrace ourselves, all the parts of ourselves, what we love and what we don't like. Once we do that, that's the center of truly being healthy, of being clear. All right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. So we have the Magician here. And this headdress is so interesting. It definitely gives off this sort of, I see Hermes in the back there. It gives off a very I don't know why, for me, Apollo, maybe because the sun, and that headdress looks like a sun headdress, but the mind, it shows you that you're in the right place to get really clear about what you want in order to bring it through what you want. So it just reminds me of what I was saying earlier with the angel, in the sense about, being able to manifest something at this time. So it feels like if you can get yourself centered, your thoughts clear, you can really get the right support around you. Let's talk about it in some practical ways, some practical suggestions. So, sometimes we on our own, we can't keep ourselves accountable to what is true and pure. And they're indicating that you're just going through a lot of changes. And so, what you do need is the right support around you to go out and explore these other things, that pleasures and joys of life that you've not allowed yourself to have for some reason because you're afraid of overindulging. So, make sure you have your support to help you um, be accountable to the goals you set for yourself, the pure intentions you set for yourself. To really be a fortunate practice for you. So this is the strength card here, and this is giving me a sense of um, we all have compulsions and addictions. It could be food. I mean, we're in between now in this reading, the week of this reading is referring to. We're in between a lot of social activities and holiday seasons, and we're going to be going out to parties and indulging ourselves, and this is a season for us to enjoy. And it's good that we have in our calendars as a society worldwide these opportunities to stop and to remember to pause for celebration, and to bring around us the people that we want, that the people that can best help us to reflect on this, our various experiences in a shared experience, right? So it really takes a lot of courage to find that balance between that primal self and that sort of, I don't know, domestic or sophisticated aspect of ourselves. We're struggling always, no matter who we are, to be diplomatic, and at the same time, we also don't want to forget what it's like to be that um, rough diamond, right? Or that kid that just doesn't mind rolling in the mud. But we know we can't just roll in the mud all the time, and we know we can't just be perfect all the time, right? Um, and so we got to find that balance. And we definitely can't choose one or the other because we're feeling sort of like um, some kind of way because of stuff that's happened or stuff that we're afraid that could happen. We just have to live life and trust ourselves that we're going to try to do the best that we can. And we just keep trying to do the best we can until something happens, but without thinking about that. And just know that at the moment where you might be tested, that you can always rely on and have in place your support system, whatever kind of support system that is for you. So, this is an interesting reading and very different from the ones subjects they've approached before. But it adds a little bit of balance to it, doesn't it, in terms of the entire year, because we all are suffering with something and going through something, and sometimes we're just hiding what it is we're going through, and in doing so, we turn that into something, a dis-ease that can become a disease. And compulsions and addictions are a disease. It's not someone's reckless behavior. They really are diseases. So we treat everyone this way. You treat them these kinds of things just like you would treat others with any other kind of illness. Okay, from a human perspective, from a spiritual perspective, we know that these things are in our lives to help us orchestrate lessons that we and in particular that we want to karmically heal and restore balance to our souls. They Nothing is a setback. Everything is a setup for something powerful. And so in this time frame, no matter what it is, because all of us can relate to this in some way, even if it's not in a specific way that it might appear or we're thinking or it's sounding like for this reading. But we all need to get clear about what's chaining us back. We need to get above it for a bit to sober our minds and our hearts through release, as they're writing. And this is really highlighting that you have the strength to manifest the healing. If that's what your prayer and your goal is right now, you have the power and the strength to do that. To move forward is even if you don't healed, but you're able to move forward. You're able to step up and get closer to your centering of yourself and your truth. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a extraordinarily magical week. God bless you.